Hello everyone, who's ready for another custom model segment? I've got 4 different engine models I'm going to show off. These engine models are off to the side here. I'm just looking at these 3 because we're going to be looking at them for a brief moment or two during this video. But anyways, these 4 engines are off to the side here, and here they are. So let's get started. So the first one is City of Truro. I used to accidentally call him City of Turbo, but it's Truro. But anyways, so the only thing that's new about him is that he has a new tender. I originally had a Mattel James tender used for his tender because I didn't have any other tenders that were of this design. Like Mike, Bert, and Dustin have this type of tender design. I didn't have any extra tenders to use, so I used a Mattel James tender. This tender was originally used for my Merlin custom. However, I switched to the fully painted wood version of Merlin. So, I was just going to use the tender from my custom Merlin for a new tender for City of Truro to give him like a more accurate tender. So this tender was from a Mike. So yeah, it's nothing much to say about it. Just use the same designs or whatever that I used for the old tenders. Yeah, they're like red rectangles on here with like a yellow dot right there. There's some black on the back here with these gray dots. Like I think one of them's maybe to like connect a water tower to the tender so the tender can fill with water. There's some buffers on the back here. Then the wheels had to be painted black because they were red before. And you may kind of see that there's like black paint on the chassis between the wheels here, because back when I painted the wheels red, the red paint I had was like really runny, so it got like all over the chassis there. So I just decided to put some black over it to kind of fix it up a bit. So yeah, this tender is the tender part is facing the other way than it normally would. It would normally be like this, but the tender is supposed to face this way for City of Truro. So yeah, I did like flip it around. Back when I made the Merlin tender custom, I like to like take it off the chassis and then flip it around to make it to have it point in the right direction. So yeah, that's the only thing different about City of Truro here. He's just got a new accurate tender. Now let's take a look at this engine right here. So this is an engine that was seen in the Railway series. He does not have a name, just a number, which is 1020. So 1020. It's like his number. So this engine was seen in the Railway series story Toby's Seaside Holiday, I believe it was called. So yeah, he's just an engine that I believe has broken down and Toby helps him. And so anyways, I'm not like familiar with like a lot of the Railway series characters. Like maybe maybe the ones that were from the Christopher Autry stories. But I learned about this character a bit more, or more like got interested in making a custom of it when I saw the user Thomas Woodenberry Models make a custom and show it off on his Twitter page. So he had a James model, cause this is an Edward. This top part isn't from an Edward. It was a James model because the back of the cab had an opening here. Yeah, it was a James model. The James model would normally have like a kind of like a square firebox area around the front of the cab here, but he probably like sanded it down, whittled it down or something to make it round like it should be. but I didn't think it would be easy for me to do that, so I just took the top part of an Edward. It was from my Lexi custom. So yeah, I'm just going to say right now that some customs have been like taken apart or kind of scrapped. Some are scrapped. Some have been taken apart to like make different customs. So Lexi was one of them. I can't promise that I'll be making like new customs of some of these characters, just because some of them I don't feel like I have to use them in my videos. So yeah, it's maybe likely that Lexi won't appear in my stories or anything. So yeah, this top part of Edward was from my Lexi custom. So anyways, the chassis here was taken from a Seabound Thomas, as you can see there. Yeah, I had a Seabound Thomas. I was originally taking the face off of this Seabound Thomas. I was taking the face off the Seabound Thomas, and I was just trying to take the chassis off a different train, but it was tough, so I just did it for the Seabound Thomas instead, and so I had to paint the wheels black, since they were blue before. So anyways, so the Seabound Thomas face had some modifications made. Yeah, basically, I just like redid the eyebrows there. Rather than they being triangles eyebrows, they're more like line eyebrows, and they're like curved to like point down or something to show like he's sad. So anyways, I also painted the buffer beam, but I didn't add buffers or anything or a coupling link, but I don't really care about that. I was honestly doing it the way Thomas Wooden Rary Models had done it. So anyways, I added this handrail around the boiler here. I think Thomas Wooden Rary Models was more grayish, and he had like brown rusty weathering on his model. But I'm not an expert or really know how to do weathering, so I just left it off. Then there's this yellow spot like for his whistle, I think. So anyways, there are these lines on the cab, and then his number 1020. There's the back part, and then the tender was taken from my Jock custom, so yeah. Basically, Jock's probably not going to really appear in my stories either. I apologize if some people are getting disappointed by this, but yeah. Anyways, so yeah, I took the Emily tender from my Jock custom, painted it black over the wheels and on the body, and added LNER, like the Flying Scotsman has, London Northern Eastern Railway. Then like there's this yellow circle, just like on Emily's tender, I think. And that's it for 1020. So yeah, now onto these two engines. Now these two engines may look a little familiar if you remember some of my last few videos back on my CGI Ben channel. So these two engines' names are Adam and Bryan, who were seen mostly in my Season 4 movie Golden Opportunity. They had like a small cameo in the Season 5 premiere. And so I gave them fresh coats of paint and added more details on them. So let's take a look here. So Adam here is red, and so I gave him a fresh coat of red paint. Although this red paint that I used was different than my last one, the last red paint that I used for Adam, because this red paint is more glossy and metallic. So anyways, his wheels are completely red. He still says Tom's on the bottom. But I gave him a fresh coat of red paint all over. So new details I added was like a white running board, a yellow buffer beam but with hazard stripes rather than buffers. The original Adam paint job did have this whistle and these cab windows on the front. He has cab windows on the sides. Now, he has yellow stripes, yellow lining on the side here. I wanted to make his lining a different color than black or white. White wouldn't really work on this red paint. And I didn't want to use black, because then he kind of looked like this character from Enterprise Engine 93's videos named Young Tucker. So I decided to use yellow lining instead. I added LBSC on the sides. I originally wanted to add Furnace Railway, as in like FR, on there, and I actually did on both of them, but then I decided to change it to LBSC because there are none of Thomas's class worked on the Furnace Railway. So yeah, I switched it to LBSC, where Thomas used to work, like his class worked there. So anyways, yeah, I added LBSC on the sides. And so yeah, I'll add a clear nail polish on the wheels. Like for all these wheels, I'll have to put a clear nail polish on them, because the paint will chip eventually when it runs along the track. But anyways, white running board, yellow lining and stripes, LBSC, yellow buffer beam with hazard stripes. And that's all there is on Adam here. So now Bryan is painted white. Back when I did my first custom model video of 2019, I showed this custom Big World Big Adventures the movie background character, which was this white version of Ryan. So people said in the comments he kind of looks a lot like Bryan here, and he does. Some differences though is that he has this place here for like a wheel arch. He's got a different face, of course. He didn't have a dome. I just added a little clay dome on there. And well, he's got a white cap roof. Bryan has a black one. He's got like no letters or numbers on him, but Bryan does. But anyways, so Bryan is white. Like I said, he has LBSC on him. He's got some black stripes. He has his whistle and cab windows. Red buffer beam with buffers. And yeah, so I didn't like add a tail lamp on Bryan because, you know, tail lamps are white, so it would be hard to see one on the back of his white cab. And I also did the same for Adam, just because if Bryan wasn't going to have one, then it wouldn't really seem, I don't want to say it wouldn't seem fair, but it would just be weird that Adam has one but Bryan doesn't. Not all my engines need to have tail lamps or anything. So yeah, that's Adam and Bryan with new coats of paint and extra details. And that is that's all for custom models I wanted to show today. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you liked them. These characters will soon eventually make their way into my Medieval Misadventure stories. I just don't know when exactly. I may have an idea for Adam and Bryan, as well as 1020 here. But we'll just have to see what happens. So thanks for watching, guys. See you later.